Right, let's take a look through the French newspapers now, and for that I'm joined by Florence Villemino. Hello, Florence. Now we're starting off with La Rentrée, back to school soon for French kids, and for the government, it's the time's come already.
That's right. It's the end of summer for the government, and according to Les Echos, the business paper, François Hollande and his ministers have their work cut out for them. It's on the front page. Taxes, the euro, redundancy plans, Hollande's turbulent return from summer, it says. Now the government will hold its first cabinet meeting on Wednesday, then Thursday François Hollande's going to Berlin to meet with Angela Merkel, where, according to Les Echos, the Eurozone crisis is going to be the big issue that they're going to be talking about. Now, it's also on the front page of Le Parisien today, les chantiers de la rentrée, so the government's construction sites for this new school year, as you might call it. Euro, taxes, purchasing power, education, security, and inside they have a very interesting article where it points out that French people have less hope than in 2007. So in 2007, at the same time when Nicolas Sarkozy had just become president. And this is according to an interview with Brice Teinturier, who's a political scientist and a teacher here at Sciences Po. Now, he says that this is largely due to the crisis, and he says that people have somewhat gotten used to it and project more difficulties and hardship to come. So this perhaps can explain why they have less hope than in 2007. But he points out that people are also getting impatient, and this could be complicated for Hollande in the months to come.
Now, you mentioned security a little bit earlier. Obviously, that's a big issue for the government too. And Libération has an interview with the Interior Minister, Manuel Valls.
That's right. Now, security has always been a thorny issue for the left because, on the one hand, they're eager to distance themselves from Sarkozy's some harsh policies. His policies were seen as very harsh. On the other hand, they also want to prove that they're very tough on security and prove that it's a priority for them. Now, they've also often drawn criticism from the right for being too relaxed and soft when it comes to security. Now, it's interesting to note that security was somewhat absent from the presidential debate and lead up to the presidential election, but it's been a very hot topic here this summer, as we've been seeing. There was this rioting in the northern town of Amiens. Also, the Roma community, a lot of members of the Roma community were sent out away from France, and their camps were dismantled, and the government drew criticism for this, and this is the focus of Libération today. De quoi la gauche a peur? What is the left scared of? And then in their editorial, Libération points out that basically the left has fallen into an ideological trap that's been set by the right because they've been focusing too much on tough talk instead of attacking the reasons why people feel unsafe in the first place. Now, it's, as you said, Manuel Valls does give an interview to Libération where he defends the government's policy, and he says that the government's policy is one of appeasement, but that the only response to unrest is firmness. And he says that, in fact, the left can do a better job at keeping French citizens safe than the right, and that's what he's going to prove.
Let's talk about the right, because it, of course, is about to choose a new leader. That's happening in 3 months' time, so they're obviously very busy at the moment.
That's right, and that's set out to be a nasty fight until November. It's on the cover of Le Figaro. UMP, la bataille pour la présidence est lancée. So the battle for the presidency of the UMP has begun. A lot of people have put their names in the hat for this power struggle, and the latest one to have done so is the former agriculture minister, Bruno Le Maire. He gives an interview to Le Figaro explaining just why, and one of the reasons why is that he doesn't want it to be a two-horse race between the two main candidates. So on the one hand, you have Jean-François Copé, who is the current leader of the UMP, who was yet to announce officially that he's running for the presidency, but he did hold a big rally this weekend. On the other hand, you have former Prime Minister François Fillon. According to a recent poll, he's in the lead of this race, 48%, but that could be jeopardized as more and more candidates throw their hat in the race. Now, Le Parisien has a special article about François Fillon, where they show how he's preparing his own comeback. Now, he did fracture his ankle this summer in a scooter accident, so that could make any kind of PR difficult for him. So far he's been staying out of the public eye, but he has given an interview to Le Point, which Le Parisien mentions, where he will outline his program, his political program, that's going to come out on Thursday, so stay tuned. But Le Parisien points out another interesting fact, which is that 53% of UMP supporters want to see Nicolas Sarkozy come back onto the political stage. So that could definitely shake things up in the years to come for the UMP.
It certainly would. Thank you very much, Florence. And thank you for watching. Do stay tuned to France 24.